Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of, you guessed it, Lefties Losing It. And I'm absolutely loving these episodes because they're hilarious to check out, okay? But before we get into it, I do want to say thank you guys for all of the continued love and support. All of you guys hitting the like button, sharing the videos, leaving a comment for the algorithm. I greatly appreciate all of the continued love and support. And if you're not subscribed to the second channel, make sure you guys head on over and subscribe to the second channel. It is called Extra Rich. I'll try to remember to put it on the screen somewhere. I believe I do have a link in the description box down below. Again, that is Extra Rich with an X. And there's no E at the beginning. It's XTRA space RICH. All right. Make sure you guys go subscribe to that second channel. And let's dive in.
So, MAGA, Donald's building a $200 million ballroom at the White House, but he can't give children free lunches. How do you feel about that, MAGA? I really want to know.
So liberal. Barack Obama came into office a thousandaire and left a multi-millionaire to the point where he owns a mansion on the ocean, right, on the coast. And not only that, but his home city of Chicago is nicknamed after a war zone, Chirac. And what has he done for his own city? How do you feel about that? You're Black Messiah liberals. How do you feel about that? He's gotten rich off the presidential office and hasn't done anything for even his own city. How do you feel about that? Okay, that's what I thought. Carry on.
Every man in the world, even every man I've met, because I know you're watching, should thank their fucking stars that every woman in the world doesn't rage against all of you son of a bitches. Because the rage that I feel, a lot of the times, I cannot fathom that it is mine alone. It is so deep that it feels ancestral. And if it isn't, then you should thank your lucky stars.
Bro, it's stuff like this that just makes me sick, bro. These liberals have just absolutely lost their darn minds. I got a question. Ladies, do y'all genuinely believe if it were to come down to, and it never would and it never should, but if it were to come down to men versus women on this planet and we had to battle it out, do you genuinely believe if there was an actual war between men and women, legitimately, that women would win? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to see. I got some questions. I genuinely have some questions. Y'all, ladies, comment below. Fellas, I already know what y'all answer gonna be. But ladies, I genuinely want to know from you. I want to hear from y'all. And I know there's quite a few of y'all. At least 35% of this channel that watches consistently is women. So I know y'all out there, and I be seeing y'all in the comments. I appreciate y'all. But I want y'all to answer that question for me. Do you genuinely believe that women would win? Let me know. Let's hop into this next clip.
I am $205,000 in debt at the age of 24, and this is what I pay in monthly bills. So we're going to start out with my portion of rent. That's going to be $550. My phone is a prepaid phone, so that's only $50 a month. My car payment is $378.59. My private student loan payment is $2,373.35. My car insurance payment is $379.95, and my federal student loan payment is $283.36. And I will total all that up in just a second. Okay, so I totaled it up, and I am paying $4,015.25 in bills every month.
What? Whoa! $2,400 a month? See, we gotta have a long talk about going to college. We gotta have a long talk about that. Long talk. College is a scam. It is a scam. She's paying more on student loans than she does just for basic living expenses. And she had another payment as well. What was it? Yeah, yeah. That's what, $2,600? $2,600 a month just in student loans. That is ridiculous. All to make, I mean, she's paying a little over 4,000 a month, so that equates to what's that? 50,000 a year. So she at least makes that. She makes over that actually, because Uncle Sam needs his cut. I mean, my goodness, that is ridiculous. That is absolute. College is a scam. Stop going to college, y'all. And anybody with children, you might want to advise them, if they ain't got a full ride scholarship that's completely paid for, don't go. Because if that's what you're faced with once you come out, man. Now, I guess there should be a caveat, because if she's making, $300,000, $350,000 a year or something crazy, okay. So that little 4,000 ain't really, that's pennies. Okay, not really pennies, but it's basically nothing. But if she's making 60,000 and paying $4,000 every month, and over half of that $4,000 is for student loans, it's quite crazy to me. Quite crazy. But y'all let me know your thoughts.
Daily reminder that billionaires are the problem, and they need to give all their money to everyone else in the world. Pay up Elon, pay up Jeff, pay up Bill, and all of your little counterparts.
I don't think that's the way that works. You get what you earn. Just saying. It's quite ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, carry on.
White male veterans are the worst people who have ever walked this earth. That is exactly what I have learned in my last 9-10 months on this app, is that white male veterans are the worst and most entitled people to have ever walked this country. These men think that they can have a job. It's a job for 2 to 4 years. Sit behind a desk, not ever be in active combat, and then try to weaponize that against the rest of their communities, and especially women, for the rest of their lives. The veterans are the worst group of people on this app. Hands down, bar none. They spend the rest of their lives weaponizing their service to justify their hate. That's all they do. They're trash. They're actual trash.
I heavily disagree. First off, salute to all of the veterans of this country. Greatly appreciate your service. Thank you very much. I was one of the individuals that was too coward to sign up, to say the least, right? And she said that some of them sit behind a desk. At least they were willing to sign up, right? At least they were willing to sign up. Because I know I wasn't. I had opportunities. I had homies that were in the service. A couple of them still are, right? And hey, yo, Rich, man, you should sign up. You should, You went off to boot camp for a hot little minute. Bro, I do not want to leave my comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. So when people say, well, they only sit behind a desk, at least they were willing to sign up. Were you? Were you? And honestly, and I've said this before, I think all veterans deserve $100,000 a year. You should be able to live the rest of your life comfortably. You are willing to put your life on the line for us Americans. So the least we can do is provide you with $100,000 a year. So where did I see it? I mean, we spend money helping other countries out. Why can't we? See what I'm saying? Why don't we stop helping everybody else out so much and give our veterans $100,000 a year? That's the way that I see it. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling in the comments. I know that's a lot of money. Maybe you have to drop a little bit to, I don't know, $70,000 a year, $80,000. Something to where like life is comfortable. They ain't got to really worry about anything for the rest of their life, right? They can just sit back and chill. Enjoy yourself. I don't know. That's the way that I see it.
Kamala won. Kamala Harris is the rightful president of the United States of America. Let me say that one more time. Kamala Harris is the rightful president of the United States of America. Yeah, the educated black woman, the one you're scared about, her. It took an audit for some of you to figure that out. It took a whistleblower for some of you to figure it out. But for those of us who stood on that, here it is. Voila! Now let's see what they're going to do. You know, only time can tell. What's done in the dark always comes to the light.
I have no idea what she's talking about, but, you know, of course, you know, these folks, man. Yeah. Jeez Louise. I just, I don't understand it. I really don't.
So I understand there's a new club in TikTok, and it is the non-practicing whites. Those of us who are absolutely just fed up and tired of colonizing racist white behavior by people in our country that are around us, people in power, people who are just cult following mouth readers who have decided that, that's what that they can agree with. Me, the most uninteresting thing about me is that I'm white. So if you are pro-Palestine, pro-supporting Black Lives Matter, our Latina and Latino brothers and sisters who have been being targeted by ICE, if those are your people, join me, because, racism is not cool and never was.
I agree, racism isn't cool, but what I find weird is when I find white apologists weird and strange. You know, it feels icky. It feels, I deep down feel like I'm better than you, so I feel like I have to apologize because I'm better than you. That's what it feels like to me, you know? And it's just like, I don't know. It gives me the ick, you know? Get away from me. Stay away. You know, you got the cooties. Y'all remember that as kids? You got the cooties. That's what it feels like to me, bro. Oh, my goodness. Get away from me. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed today's show. I got a couple more videos, but I'm gonna let y'all get on up out of here. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in as always. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to the second channel and hit the like button on this video before you leave. All right. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.